Welcome to the Horror and Gore Horror Movie Podcast, your number one podcast for all things horror. I'm your host, Big Goobs, and of course, I'm joined by my friend and co-host, Dakota. How are you, Dakota?
I'm doing good, Goobs. How you doing?
Doing good. Been sick the last week, but finally getting over it so I can talk again. Good to be back.
Definitely. And of course, if you guys was wondering, we canceled last week's episode on him. I had some personal stuff I was going through, and of course, Goobs was sick. So we decided to skip that episode and move on to this week. So you guys will not be getting a him review today. Instead, we're going to go over our coverage for Fantastic Fest. If you guys are following on the Instagram and TikTok, you guys probably saw that.
Yep. So we're back at it in full force. We got a good episode today. So we'll just hop right into what did we watch this week? Dakota, what you got, man?
Ooh, I think I actually have some pretty good watches this week. You're going to actually like some of them, and some of our listeners are. So we're going to go over for the past 2 weeks. So I watched Night of the Reaper, the new Shudder movie that released on the 19th. Really loved it. I thought it was a good slasher. It had a good twist. It's something that I think the slasher genre does, but it's a little bit different in the way. And really enjoyed it. If you guys have Shudder, definitely watch that one. Then I watched him. Loved him. Absolutely loved it. Loved Ty Withers. Love Marlon Wayne's performance in it. Of course, I'm a football fan. It's not a full what you think of a football movie is, especially a football horror, but the elements of the horror mixed with the things of football they had into it was very, very well. Then I watched K-pop Demon Hunters finally. Love that movie.
Banger.
Soundtrack bangs. Then I watched The Dukes of Hazzard, the 2005 one. I rewatched it actually. Grew up with my childhood, and that was one of my uncle's favorite movies. So I had to rewatch it for him, and love that movie still. Then of course I done my Fantastic Fest watches for the week.
Oh yeah, some good ones. Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunter is a banger. I've watched it a bunch of times with the kids, and we listen to the soundtrack every day going to school and back. So it's always on. But my week.
Sorry. I actually have one more. Sorry about that, Goops.
No,
That
go ahead.
you gonna love. I finally got to watch The Return of the Living Dead.
Hell yeah, dude. That's a
It's
good
so
one,
funny.
man. It's so
I
good.
love it.
It's so funny and just ooey gooey.
Bring more paramedics.
It's so fucking good, man.
Or I like it. Bring more police officers.
It's so good. Yeah, that's a great one. Glad you got that one in. But my watches this time is a couple rewatches and a couple, mostly rewatches. But I rewatched Hubie Halloween on Netflix. Adam Sandler. It's a fucking good Halloween movie. It's not a good movie, but it's a fucking great Halloween movie. It's Adam Sandler in his most garbage comedy, but it's so good. I love it. Then, before I got sick, I went and saw Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Fucking sick as hell. It was so good. The animation, the fight scenes. It's a badass movie and definitely worth seeing on the big screen.
Did you watch it in subbed or dubbed?
We watched it in dub because it was the only showing that was available when our girls were in school. So kind of give and take. But I'm also part of the anime community that, hey, watch whichever one you'll want. It doesn't make any difference to me. I watch some animes in dub, some animes in sub. Basically, whatever's available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, great time. Then, of course, watched all of our Fantastic Fest coverage. But then um, I also watched Night of the Reaper. Forgot about that. It is a fantastic slasher. It's very tropey, but it also has a very solid twist that I did not see coming. So I liked it. And it has that 80s nostalgia to it. So then last night I had rewatched Strange Harvest as my wife was watching it for the first time. Banger. And then before the podcast, while eating dinner, I rewatched 28 Years Later, and it's still one of my favorites of the year.
I need to get that physical copy.
Yeah, it's still so good. And minor spoiler for what I'm going to be for Halloween, it has something to do with that movie.
Okay.
But that is all of our watches. What kind of physical media did you get?
I'm sorry, this is actually the one we got didn't get anything.
Yeah, finally, it's not just me. But this week, I do have a few things. So first off, I picked up a pop figure, went kind of thrifting at TJ Maxx and a few local spots, and I actually found this Spirit Halloween exclusive. Oh man, horrible glare.
Wait, Sam?
Yeah, Sam.
Oh, I got to show you guys something.
He's holding the chocolate bar with the little razor in it. So
I don't know, Goose, if you ever find this one.
Oh, that's
it's
sick.
The little Sam. And it's Spirit too. So I got this one on, I think it was Amazon. When they had their clearance sale for all the Spirit Pops.
Yeah.
But I am in a stage of, I think I don't care about the boxes, so I'm going to just start taking them out of the boxes and displaying them.
Yeah. Most of the time my Pops are out of the box, so I'm not really a box collector anymore. Then I went and I actually got a few books from a local. No, I went to Goodwill and found these. But some old Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask,
Ooh.
Scarecrow That Walks at Midnight.
That's the scariest episode, I think, of the whole entire series.
Oh, dude, it scares the hell out of me every time. This one is Don't Go to Sleep. I don't remember that one, to be honest. Then Ghost Camp. I love this one.
Oh, I don't know if I remember that one.
Then I found one of these Series 2000s, but it's Jekyll and Heidi. So had to pick it up just because. Then I do have a couple movies. I went to Walmart and found a couple. I have the Last Voyage of the Demeter.
I need to watch that. I own that one.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's, CGI is a little wonky, but all in all, it's a cool movie. And then I believe you've seen this one, but Psycho Gorman.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Got that.
That one's not bad.
Yeah, so just a couple little pickups, but I finally got something for. Oh, and shout out to my wife because she went to Five Below and picked me up this super sweet notebook to put all of my written reviews down and upcoming stuff. So shout out to her.
Let's get right into our movie news this week. And that's a perfect segue of what your wife got you. So we got our first trailer for It, Welcome to Derry. I just watched this one 10 to 30 minutes right before we go on. This is great. It looks good. It feels like It Chapter 1, like that style. Not It Chapter 2. Yeah. I like It Chapter 1 better. It gives that rhythm off. We see Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise again, and the makeup design looks amazing. it looks like he just returned like no problem after, was it 6 years since chapter 2. So absolutely amazing. I am glad that they're breaking this up into parts, especially 2 seasons. I heard it's probably going to be 3, but
Yeah.
having weekly episodes also, instead of having a whole binge. But if you guys are wondering if we're going to do coverage like on that, we're going to probably wait till the end of the season. So I'm thinking probably around December, January, you guys will get a full breakdown of Welcome to Derry Season 1.
Yeah, that looks so freaking sick, dude. It's gonna be good. And then looks like we got some news coming up. We have a new R.L. Stine movie coming out that's going to be premiering this month on Tubi on October 17th, Pumpkinhead. Now, obviously, it ain't going to be the 1988 classic of Pumpkinhead, as far as I know. But did you ever watch the Goosebumps shows, episodes,
Yeah.
and stuff? Yeah. And I know R.L. Stine came out with a movie on Hulu a few years back. It was like Zombie Theater or something like that. That was kind of a fun show. Kind of a
Yeah,
fun
of
movie.
course. You got to think all the Fear Street movies are his also.
True. Yeah, so anything R.L. Stine has his name on, I'm going to watch it.
Up next, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, of course, was going to get a limited theatrical release on October 17th. But it looks like now that limited theatrical release is going to get turned only into IMAX releases now. So I heard there's a rumor that it's 10 IMAX theaters that are doing this. Then that's just a rumor. So if not, I'm really hoping my theater gets it so I could see it on October 17th. Just think of that and the Black Phone 2 back to back. Definitely go see the Black Phone 2 first, though. I'm more excited for that than this. A lot of reviews that have came out from TIFF, especially one of our friends, Grubby, has said this is kind of like Nosferatu. So if you guys like Nosferatu for style over substance, you guys are going to enjoy this movie. But if you guys didn't like that, I would go into Frankenstein a little bit cautious now.
Yeah. I love Guillermo del Toro's Gothic style, so I'm excited for it. And I'm going to try to see it at, hopefully there's one around me. I'm sure there will be, but I'm hoping.
I was about to say, is there a IMAX near your Harkins?
Yeah, there's an actual IMAX, so if anywhere, it'll be there. And then, of course, we got the AMCs that have their IMAX screens as well. So there's options. It's just if they want to put it in there. But it looks like we have a few pieces of physical media news. We got a 4K release coming from of Kill List coming from Severin Films on December 9th. This has been on my watch list for quite some time. I keep getting told I need to watch it, but I still haven't yet. So I may need to pull the trigger soon.
So with our next piece of physical media news, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 and Part 2 is getting upgrades. So Part 1 is going to get a 4K release, and Part 2 is going to get Blu-ray release. And this is going to come from Imprint Films, the same people who's branding the Halloween steelbook for 1 through 5, the big pumpkin that me, Goobs, and Ian was talking about a couple episodes ago. Am I going to get this? Probably not. But it's cool. I've seen like the whole thing comes with like, it's kind of like how Umbrella did with the Terrifier set.
The next piece of news, I'm kind of excited, but also kind of wondering how it's all going to work because we have a new sleepaway camp coming. And Kenan Thompson actually got the rights to this. So I'm intrigued. One, because you don't think of Kenan Thompson and horror. And two, Sleepaway Camp, the first one especially, has one of the most absurd twists ever. And for back then, it was shocking. Right now, I'm not sure how we're going to go about doing that. So I'm a little worried, but also intrigued at the same time.
I haven't seen the original one, so I have no thoughts about this. I
Yeah.
haven't watched the whole entire movie, but I do know the twist at the end of the
Yeah.
first one.
So just wondering how that's going to pan out, but we'll see.
Then up next, we got another reboot. It looks like Justin Long and Kate Bosworth just coming off. It seems like the success of Coyotes, and now it's at Fantastic Fest. I think it was that they're going to be rebooting Grave Encounters, and Justin Long loves Grave Encounters. From an interview, I don't know who done the interview. I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was one of our friends or somebody else. Said that he loves the movie. Him and Kate love the movie, and I think they already talked to Stewart a little bit.
Yeah.
And that they wanted to reboot it. And it seems like Stewart's on board also for this reboot.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's going to be a fresh take, not just like a total shot remake. And Justin Long might be starring in it also.
I'm all for it, especially if Stewart's involved. And of course, anything Justin Long is in with horror is absolute insanity. So sign me up.
Halloween 4 and 5 is being re-released in theaters along with Halloween 1. Like Halloween 1 always is released in theaters every year, but Halloween 4 and 5 have been re-released a long time since like their first time. But to go along with that, I don't know if this is a rumor or not, but there was a picture that has been surfacing around on Facebook, and I think it was in their Facebook or Reddit page of Cinemark having a Michael Myers head popcorn bucket, kind of like Ghostface, Pennywise, all that, with the blood like dripping down from his eyes.
I saw something like that.
But the rumor is, if that's true, it's going to be released in Cinemarks next Tuesday on October 7th. So am I going to Cinemark and picking up? You know I am. One, I'm a popcorn person, and two, I'm a Halloween fan. So I've been begging for a Halloween popcorn bucket like this for a long time.
Yeah, those are good ones too. They're sleepers in the franchise itself. But the next one, really excited about this. So on Wednesday, October 1st, Jimmy and Stiggs is going to be releasing on digital. Now, if you don't know what Jimmy and Stiggs is, it is the first movie that is being distributed out by Eli Roth's The Horror Section, and it is a neon, blood-soaked splatterfest of alien invasion, drugs, and absolute mayhem. And I fucking loved it. I saw a screening with the director Joe Begas himself, and had a little Q&A. One of the best experiences I've had watching a movie this year and ever, to be that matter of fact. So check this one out. Support independent film, because this movie is the first step into putting true independent, no holds barred horror in theaters, thanks to Eli Roth. And the next one is coming out this month as well in Dream Eater. So look up The Horror Section and check them out.
Okay, up next, it looks like another movie is hitting VOD. Me and Goop seen this one at Unnamed Footage Festival, and this is What Happened to Dorothy Bell. It's released on VOD on October 21st. Finally, people get to see this. Scary. I know Colby, like Chuck and all of them, saw this back in Fantastic Fest last year.
Yeah.
And we saw this, was it back in February or March we saw this?
I think it was March.
And it's a fantastic film. It's scary.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite quote that you always love to tell people?
Oh, dude,
with this movie.
Fucking old people are scary as shit. And this movie just proves how scary they are.
So a little bit connected news with that, which a lot of people don't know about. Unnamed Footage Festival this Saturday is having a 24-hour marathon of movies. It's on their website. I don't know if you have to pay for it or if it's free for everybody. But if you do go over to the website, I think it's like $25. It is all day. Buy a shirt. I think if you buy a shirt, also you get access to the whole 24 hours.
Dude, that
I don't
Halloween themed
know.
shirt is sick. Sorry to interrupt. That Halloween themed shirt. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
It's fucking sick. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're good. I might, because even though I'm be out that day, I might just pay just to support them, because I think besides Fantastic Fest, that is the next best film festival that there is. Everyone's nice there. To be honest, I think these are the two film festivals me and you have done, and a lot of people have said this that has done several film festivals. Fantastic Fest and Unnamed is the two best film festivals to give out screeners, like to the remote press, good in person stuff. I know me and Goobs, hopefully, if they do remote coverage again, we're going to be covering it again next year.
Yeah.
They're so good. I know some of our friends are going to head out to San Francisco to actually be there for the film festival. So definitely down for that. Are you going to try to be actually watch this 24-hour marathon? I know you'll be working that day, but sometimes you get
I
time to watch
mean,
stuff.
yeah, I was just actually looking to see how exactly it would work. So if I can, I'm definitely going to do that, because that that film festival is awesome.
Hell, if I need to, I can watch my movies in the theater on Sunday, and I could just watch them all day long. And it seems like there's a Moth Man movie in there. So I don't know if it's new stuff that we haven't even seen from the film festival.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I was looking also at that T-shirt.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm going to probably get a T-shirt. Either way, I might get that ticket and that T-shirt.
Yeah. Looks like also we have a full release date for the Creep Tape Season 2 on Shudder. Mark Duplass and Peach Fuzz are back, and that is going to be dropping on November 14th. Love Season 1. I love the Creep Tape movies, and Season 1 is fantastic. So I can't wait for this. Then we got a couple trailers that just came out.
I'll let you go for the first trailer because I kind of want to talk about the second trailer.
So the first one, I don't know how to feel about it. It's fucking Jack Black and Paul Rudd's Anaconda. When I first heard about this, that they were remaking it, and it was them two, I was very upset, because I want a actual giant snake movie that's scary, brutal. Give us an actual killer giant snake movie. And you just don't put those two together with Jack Black and Paul Rudd. However, when the trailer came out, it shows that they're going in the straight meta route. It's Jack Black and Paul Rudd, who are big fans of the original 1997. I think it's 97. 96. Yeah, I think one of those, 96 or 97. But the original Anaconda film. And they set out to remake the film on their own. And it looks good, but they definitely showed quite a bit in the trailer. So I'm hoping they didn't do that crap where they showed every good part in the trailer. But the cast is actually pretty stacked, and it doesn't look half bad. Still worried, though, that they showed too much.
So it was 97. You were right. This is going to be rated R, I heard.
Hopefully they go pretty hard with it, man.
I think they will. I think they're hiding a lot of stuff they said out of these trailers.
And I think that's going to be beginning of next year, I think.
It's Christmas.
Is it Christmas? Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was going to be early or right at the end. So, well, there we go.
It's weird to be a Christmas release, though.
Right? Exactly.
You had Nosferatu that matches Christmas last year. Then you have Anaconda that should be released technically, I think, during like the summertime. That would be a perfect summer movie.
You're right. But the next one, you got it.
Ooh, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this movie. And this, speaking of a Frankenstein adaptation, I'm excited for this one more. And this is Maggie Gyllenhaal's new movie, The Bride. We just got the trailer the other day, and I could say this one looks absolutely incredible. Actually rips.
Yeah.
It looks like the premise of it is that Victor Frankenstein and his monster are going to go back to 1920 Chicago. Like jump forward into the future in 1920 Chicago. And it looks like who's going to be the bride is it's played by Jessie Buckley. And if you guys don't know who Jessie Buckley is, she plays in Men, Alex Garland's movie. So it looks like she gets killed, and of course, the monster and Victor Frankenstein wants to bring her back to life. And Christian Bale plays the monster. And anything with Christian Bale in it, I am seated for. First of all,
Right.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, of course, is Jake Gyllenhaal's sister. Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be in this. Jessie Buckley, Christian Bale, and as you guys know, as a really big film fan, it's an IMAX, and it looks like it's going to be complete 1.9 aspect ratio. I love it. I saw the trailer in 1.9 aspect ratio. Hopefully, when I go see One Battle After Another, technically a couple hours after this episode is released, hopefully they have that trailer in front of that movie so I can see that on the big screen.
Yeah. Is it all shot in black and white, or is that just the trailer, like
No.
with the lighting and stuff?
It's just part of the trailer.
Okay. This was curious.
I thought it was. It looks like the black and white's not going to be what we got with our like those pictures from last year. It looks going to be like a type of like bright, not violent, but vibrant, like black and white.
Okay.
Kind of like you know how that kind. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Kind of like the 20s was like that Chicago.
Yeah.
Type of like movies and that stuff. How they shot those is kind of like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I thought it looked a little different as far as like with the trailer. I'm like, I wonder if this is going to go just like that. So, hey, I'm down. It looks good. And like you say, Christian Bale, sign me up. But that's all the horror news we got. So we're going to jump on into our Fantastic Fest 2025 recap. So if you don't know, Fantastic Fest is one of the biggest genre film festivals out there. They don't only get horror, they get drama, they get foreign, they do a bunch of short films, and it lasts 8 days, and it just is an absolute spectacle. We've had quite a few friends go in person, and they say it's an absolute
blast.
Yeah, just an absolute blast. And we were lucky enough to be able to do remote coverage for this festival and see a lot of great movies. And it just was a great time. And we both wouldn't be able to do it without you guys who like, comment, share, not only on the podcast, but on our own personal Instagram, TikTok, social media. It meant a ton, and it gave us a lot of experience, and just we want to say thank you. And we're just going to talk a little bit about the movies that we saw. Obviously, these are movies that are still in the festival circuit. Some have release dates, some don't. So we won't go into full spoilers, but we will let you know kind of what to look out for.
And our goal is for next year to hopefully go in person to Fantastic Fest. So hopefully you guys get an episode of me and Goobs in person.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the goal. And it'll be around the same time next year. So fingers crossed we can all make that happen. But let me pull up my list here again because somehow it went away. But how did you feel about this festival? How was your first experience?
My first experience wasn't bad. There was some points I kind of wish because it seems like the film festival this year done a little bit different. Used to like they put like all the links in one screener room, and then you could click on the links, and that's how so many people got. Where this year they decided to do it like every other film festival and have like the PR emails up, so we have to email the PR people. And I understand that they're out there and they're like really busy with this, and it seems like a lot of them, like, sorry about that. A lot of the emails I sent out, a lot of these other people were not at Austin. They were other places, and they were busy with other film festivals because, like, one of the films we're going to talk about, they were like overseas or somewhere, like another film festival. And
Yeah.
when I got the response back, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to wait till this date to this date," and like not finally, but like successfully on like the last day of the festival, they sent me the email for the movie, so I got to see it. But overall, I think the email process was very smooth. I like overall the choices we got. There were some choices that um we thought we were get offered that didn't get offered to us, but that's okay. Um, those opportunities will be thrown in theaters and stuff, so we can actually see it in
Yeah.
theaters. And with the movies we have seen, like some of them, like you said, is already going to be have a release date. Some of these don't have a distribution partner, but a lot of these movies, when I was watching them, like the 3 out of the 4 that I watched, I thought of certain like distribution partners that they could go to,
Yeah.
of how much like films we have watched, not only horror but like just where you said like this is a genre film festival, of just like the type of genre and the way the movie feels to go to that studio.
Yeah.
But how did you feel about this festival?
It was great, man. I sent out so many emails. I got some great movies. I talked to some great people via email and DMs and stuff, obviously. But you know, it was really cool, and it gave me a lot of confidence in myself that I am able to do this per se, and I don't have to be so scared to put myself out there because, I mean, I got more rejection and non answers than I did movies. So that's the worst that can happen. They can just say no or they don't answer you. It doesn't mean that you're you're still doing the right thing. And I thought that was one of the coolest things for my own self gratitude, and also just the ability to see some of these movies that, let's be honest, not everybody's going to be able to see, and just to be able to talk about these independent films and get messages from directors going, thank you so much for checking this out. It means a ton. Or, having that little personal conversation, it 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 meant everything. You know what I mean? I think you can attest to that. When you put a review out for a movie that doesn't even have distribution yet, that a independent director has put their heart and soul into, and money and everything else, to have somebody be able to see it, talk about it, post about it, it makes their day. And just the the whole thing just was, no pun intended, but fantastic. I fucking loved it. And
Yeah, that's one thing I love about this film festival is that, of course, you got the big names. Like this year, there was the Black Phone, Strangers Chapter 2. We're not going to talk about that though. Um, but like other movies, like you had all the Shudder releases, like VHS, Whistle, Night Patrol, all those. But then you had all the stuff that I rewatched, and to know that people get the opportunities to show their films to people, and not only that, try to get distribution. Like for example, Curry Barker's Obsession. Like we didn't get to see it, but of course, Curry Barker had Milk and Cereal that released last year, and having him in this film festival this year and have his movie Obsession, which was already picked up by Focus Features beforehand, but
yeah,
without Tiff and like this, nobody would probably saw that movie and got it picked up.
right. And, just kind of a spoiler for a few minutes ahead, but me and Dakota were able to see a movie that unfortunately the director said that most people won't see because there most likely won't be any distribution. It's just going to remain in the film circuit or the film festival circuit. And, that's just kind of how unfortunate and how crazy the film industry is with distribution and whatnot. So to be able to do it is just an honor and something that I will never take for granted. And I hope to expand upon this and cover other film festivals and hope that just a little bit of our voices will help some of these films get out. Just like, it was at Fantastic Fest last year, I believe, and also South by Southwest, but Good Boy that comes out this weekend. Because of word of mouth on social media, it went from a limited release to a full release in theaters, just off of the voices of social media and whatnot. So to be a part of it is just fucking great. And I'm excited to see where the future goes. We're going to go over some of the movies that we did see. I was able to see a few more that Dakota didn't see. So I'll just kind of give a little bit of explanation on those ones. And then the ones that me and Dakota were able to see together, we'll go a little bit more in depth with those. But these will be pretty much spoiler free because of we don't know when they're going to come out, most of them. So, as far as mine, I was able to see quite a bit of foreign films, actually. I saw a Japanese horror film called The Curse. If you like Japanese horror like Ringu and The Grudge and those curse type movies, literally this one is going to be right up your alley. There's some tense moments, some genuine scares, and just has that classic J-horror feel to it. One of my favorites from the festival was an Indonesian film called A Woman Called Mother. This one was absolutely insane. It was brutal, but it was also powerful and heartfelt with the story that it had behind it. And it has your curse type possession, but it draws a lot of underlining tones of postpartum depression and what women go through, but it was scary as shit. So hopefully that one I believe is picked up. I can't remember offhand, but that one is one to definitely look forward to. A few other ones I saw was Dawning, which is a black and white, slow burn, atmospheric film that the horror is a different kind of horror. It definitely shows just senseless violence horror and also delves deep into generational trauma and mental health. But that's not going to be for everybody. We had reviews that they weren't able to even sit through it because it just wasn't their style of horror. So it's going to be one of those. And then the last one that I saw, it was a short film. Now, what I didn't like about, I guess this is my one complaint, they didn't give a lot of the short films out, if any. You know, they mentioned it, but there wasn't any way to like get a hold of anybody for the short films. But I was able to reach out directly, and Shrine of Abominations is one of the most batshit crazy stop motion short films in general, that you'll fucking ever see. If you like stop motion animation and just absolute experimental type filmmaking, this one is going to be up your alley. Ross Kennedy and Skinner are the two creators of it, and they took over 6 years to make this film. All practical sculptures made by hand, everything. Just one of my favorite films I watched. I believe those are the only few that I watched that you weren't able to check out at the moment. I did watch another one. I forgot. Meat Kills was like an environmental animal rights group that broke into a pig farm to stop the slaughter of some pigs. And that shit is absolutely brutal. It's another, this one was this was a Dutch film, and it was fucking brutal. It almost reminds you of like the French extremity film Frontiers. Yeah, it draws a lot of similarities to the brutality. It's tons of blood, practical effects. Like, it was a fucking banger. And that one, I believe it had a release date, but I don't know if it was a US release date. I think it was just in the Netherlands, but I believe it was just in the Netherlands. But that was the other one that let's see.
Yeah, we don't have a release date yet. Belgium, and the Netherlands.
Yeah, it had. Why did that?
And it's already released there. They're released in both areas.
Yeah, so unfortunately, it's just a foreign release date. But keep an eye out on those. I would recommend all the ones that I watched. But let's get into the ones that we watched together. So which one do you want to start out with?
Let's start with the one that has a release date first, and that is Beast of War. This is a World War II movie mixed with sharks. A shark.
Mhm.
Practical effect shark. This is the first time, I think, since Jaws that there has been a practical effect shark. And this movie is phenomenal. I'm not going to go, even though it has a release date, for me and Goose are not going to go any spoilers for it. But it's phenomenal. It's brutal. It's very brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I told my mom this. The older I get, I haven't watched war films. After watching this, I might actually like war films.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, this one has a release date of October 10th. It's going to be released on video on demand. This is out of Australia.
And limited theaters.
Oh, and limited theaters? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Well, that's even better. Hopefully it does well with that. But this one, yeah, like Dakota said, it's intense. If you've watched war movies and you know the intensity that those type of films can bring, picture that plus throwing in a giant great white practical shark, and it just goes absolutely bananas. I love how it was shot. There were there were some shots with this practical shark how it was coming up out of the water and, kind of an underwater shot. It was great. I had such a good time with it. So if you're a fan of creature features / war movies, especially practical creature features, this is one to keep on your radar. It's bloody, it's intense, and just a fun time. Performances were great. It is definitely worth your time.
Then up next, let's talk about the one that doesn't have not going to be distributed, and that is 13 Days Till Summer. We found out yesterday from our good friend Chuck that when I forgot who we said it was. I don't know if it was Seth or Sid or Justin that was doing during the Q&A for it.
Yeah, I can't
That the
remember.
director said that it seemed like no studio wants it, or studios want to change it, and he don't want to change it.
Yeah, just
And I think this is going to be released in Portugal. Is that where it's from? That's what it
this
is,
one.
right?
This is a Polish film.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah,
going to be released in Poland, but after that, it's not going to be released anywhere else in the world.
yeah, it's just gonna be stuck in film festivals, and you know, which stinks because this is a home invasion slasher film that was pretty fucking good. Like that's the bummer part of it because it was a good movie. There's a lot of people that I feel would be satisfied watching this. How did you feel about this one when you watched it?
I liked it. Didn't like the ending. Did not like the ending whatsoever. Confusing. I'm going to just say that. Confusing. And me and you will talk about it after we get off from the episode. But I kind of wish that people actually saw this because I would love to talk to more people about the ending. It's
Yeah,
one of those endings like you can get several different things from it, especially with the twist that goes on at the end,
yeah.
which you said you thought that was an amazing twist. I
I
knew
thought
the
it
twist. I knew the twist. I'm
was.
like, oh my goodness.
I didn't know if they were gonna go that route. And then normally when you throw a twist like that in there, when it kept going, I was just like, holy shit. I didn't expect it to continue to go that way. You know what I mean? We'll go further into it later because I don't, like I said, if it does for whatever get released, plus I want to respect the filmmaker itself and not, just air out everything. But yeah, when you find out the twist and then the continuation of it and you kind of get more and what he does at the end, I was like, holy shit. you
Because
know?
I'm gonna say this because I went through it to look up everything that I needed to rate for the movie. Rewatch it again with the premise. It kind of dies it down a little bit because you can pick up every single thing that was leaning towards the twist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm definitely after it happened. I'm sure if there is a rewatch that it would probably stick out like a sore thumb. But yeah, that was a great one. Um,
Then up next, or did you have anything else about?
no, just that it stinks that most people won't be able to see it.
Then up next we got Apopheniacs. This is a movie about AI. And with the age of AI we got, this movie's kind of scary. It's weird. It's very weird. It kind of threw me off a little bit how weird it got.
Dude,
Um,
yeah.
but to be honest, I feel like it was if I had to have like one nitpick is that it's all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because it's told in like a non-linear type way. It has multiple interconnecting stories that converge into one ending, and that shit was absolutely crazy.
It's
I
violent.
was, it got violent, it got a little campy, and then like that's one of those movies that this one definitely is going to get picked up, and I could see this getting picked up by like a Neon or
A24.
Yeah, something like that, because this has that ability. Not only does it deal with like, because we're all subject to what this movie's about, AI, deep fake videos, you know, especially with us being on the internet, you never know what people could do. So we're all in that kind of bucket of that. So it deals with that horror aspect of it, because that's honestly a scary thing. Somebody could make you look absolutely like a person that you're not, you know what I mean, as far as character wise or whatever. And it was a wild fucking ride. That was one of the ones that kind of left me more speechless because of just how crazy it was. So definitely one that I could see getting picked up by a Neon or one of those type of independent, like distribution type company.
Would you go see it in theaters again if you got picked up?
Yeah, I'd probably go see it in theaters again, just so I could kind of get, because like you said, the story's kind of all over. And then toward the end, I was like, who's that? Oh, that was that chick from this place. And then like, because it was here, then it jumped over here, then over here, then over here. And I kind of got lost with the characters. And then, like I said, when the movie, how it ended, I was like, oh shit, that was that person from there and this person from there. So I would like to watch it again just to get another kind of cohesive feel to it,
I would love to watch that last 5 minutes on the big screen. How crazy it goes.
Oh, dude, yeah. It goes absolutely wild.
Then for our last movie, which I kind of saved the best for last, is Dolly. Dolly is a slasher movie, and this is not your typical slasher movie. This one is a homage to also like French extremities, and this is shot on film, and as a very big film lover, as you guys know from like me talk about IMAX, but I also like movies filmed on actual film.
Yeah.
And this one was filmed on 16 millimeter film, which is like, if you guys are wondering, like each film like strip, like it does with different with grain. Like if you guys have seen One Battle After Another, like Paul Tommy PTA actually shot that on film, and you can see it actually if you guys go see that one. But how I like this one is like, one, with it being a slasher with a French extremity homage to it, with the graininess, and being shot on location in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I thought that was perfect, like combination with the graininess being shot on location, with the homage to French extremities of how those films feel grainy and dark and twisted and just violent.
Yeah.
And this movie is violent. But I want to ask you something. Were you shocked when Sean William Scott appeared on the screen?
Yeah, dude. I was like, I didn't even know he was in this movie, because like I went in and it starts out, and then within 5 minutes you see him pop up and you're like, wait, what the hell are you doing here? So that was surprising. And yeah, if you guys want like if you're not familiar with like French extremity horror, like The Martyrs and Frontiers and Inside and High Tension, those type of films, think of the film quality like 1974's Texas Chainsaw. Think of the old 70s style horror, American horror, and that's the kind of film type you're going to get, because you can tell it has that inspiration to take it to that raw and gritty grindhouse feel. And Dolly is a big bitch and she does damage. Like, dude, it's like the things that she does in that movie, some of the parts just made me feel super uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, there's a character, another male character. Do you realize it's the brother from My Name's Earl?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes. I'm like, what the hell?
That's funny. No, I didn't know that. Like I said, with what that film has going for it, it could turn into something big for sure. I'm not saying it's going to be like the next big franchise and Dolly's going to be the next slasher icon, but it can definitely make some noise in the horror community because of how true to the, I don't want to say the true essence of horror films, but you can tell when you watch it that this person, that the director is a horror fan. And it was made with his family.
Yeah.
It was like a family affair.
Daughter, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was a cool experience. And like I said, I just want this movie to succeed because it was fantastic. I enjoyed every movie that I was able to watch. I can't wait till next year to hopefully go in person and not just see the movies and do that coverage in person, but also meet our friends, meet the people within the community, and just, it's going to be a hell of a time. And Lord willing, we can make that happen.
So, Goobs, what is your ranking for the movies you have watched at Fantastic Fest?
All right. So for the 9 that I was able to watch, none of these are bad movies by any means. So just because they're at the bottom doesn't mean they're bad. But at number 9, I'm going to go with The Curse. Then at number 8 is going to be Apopheniacs. Number 7 is Beast of War. Number 6 is Meat Kills. Number 5 is going to be Dawning. Number 4 is Dolly. Number 3 is 13 Days Till Summer. Number 2 is Shrine of Abominations. And then number 1 is The Woman Called Mother.
Then for my 4, I will go at number 4, I will go 13 Days Till Summer. Number 3, I go Apopheniacs. Number 2, I got Dolly. And then number 1 is Beast of War.
Yeah. Beast of War is so fun.
I could switch that and Dolly either way.
Yeah. I had such a blast with this film festival. The next festival, we will definitely
Be in person.
And it'll be hopefully no existential things happening.
Yeah.
You know. But any last final thoughts on Fantastic Fest or anything, man?
Nah.
All righty. Well, we're going to get out of here, but as always, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. If you're watching the YouTube, definitely like the video, comment what movies of these are you most looking forward to, and also hit that bell notification, subscribe to the channel. We're posting shorts, videos, everything on here. We're also going to put our personal links in the show notes there, our TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. And then if you're on the audio, Spotify, iTunes, hit that 5-star rating. And just, we appreciate you being here. Again, as always, we would like to end this with thank you for watching and see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.